My, oh my, we are making apple pie. Apple pie, it's that traditional American dessert, but I've got a little twist I'm gonna put on it for you today. Let me show you the ingredients you're gonna need. Of course you need some delicious apples. Traditionally, apple pie has only the Granny Smith apples, but my favorite apple to eat is a Fugi apple, so I like to incorporate those as well. We also have some all-purpose flour, cinnamon, just a little pinch of nutmeg, a few drops of vanilla extract, and I have two different sugars here, brown sugar and our white granulated sugar. That's for the first step of this dessert, so let's get started. We have to peel the apples and then get them sliced up and ready to go. And there's a little technique you have to use when slicing these, not like your normal apple pie. They're not going to be chunkier. We're going to do really thin slices of the apples because we are making mini apple pies. So let's get started. Bowl goes our white sugar. We also have our brown sugar. Now, a lot of recipes call for one or the other, but I figure, you know, the reason people are using one or the other is because, well, because they both taste pretty good. So why not use a little bit of both? I also have cinnamon and just a hint of nutmeg. You'll taste a little bit of that in the background. And such a small amount of vanilla extract that you will not taste it directly, but it does bring on just a little bit more flavor, which is always lovely, I think, in any kind of dessert that you're baking. Also, just a little flour. This is all-purpose flour. We put that in there to help our apples to set up while they bake in the apple pie. Not nearly what you would use in a cookie or a cake, just a little bit of all-purpose flour to thicken things up a little bit so everything marries wonderfully and tastes absolutely delicious. For the crust of your apple pie. If you have a crust that you like to make homemade, I say the world is yours, my friend. You go right ahead and do that. Me? Not happening. It takes too much time, a little too much effort for my taste. I got stuff to do, you know. So go to your store. What I have here is just store-bought pie crust. You roll it on out. Now listen, anybody who has had this before will tell you that it's absolutely delicious. Homemade is lovely as well. There's nothing wrong with a homemade crust, like I said, but if time is of the essence, go buy a store-bought crust. I promise you, nobody is going to know the difference. All right, so you're just going to roll it out, just like this. And then, once you have it out, you toss this to the side. You're going to get your rolling pin, and you're going to roll it out even flatter than what it already is. All right, and this is a technique that takes only seconds. You don't have to be a professional to do it. No biggie. You see the difference in sizes there? So again, just roll it out. And now, the trick. This is really, really specific. It takes a lot of effort to do this part, so make sure you listen up, okay? I'm lying. It doesn't. To cut out your shells, you see me, I did this for the chocolate cupcakes. I'll link to that. You can see what I use, that I use like a takeout container to cut out, or to pour the batter for the chocolate cupcakes because it's nice and bendy. Well, this doubles not just as a takeout food container, not just as a pitcher for my chocolate cupcake batter, but also to cut out the shapes for this apple pie. So this is a perfect shape to fit into our pan. So you're just gonna do like this. Check that out. And this is how you're gonna get your shapes all cut out and ready to go. So you're gonna get, depending on your pie crust, probably 5 to 6 circles per pie. Check it out, I got 6 out of that one. And even, look at this, see how this is kind of cut off a little bit right there? And even this one as well. Go ahead and use it. No one's gonna know the difference. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be close. Now, once you get it rolled out like this, you're gonna take all your scraps away and you're gonna roll these out just a little bit more. Not a lot, just a little. Just to get them to the right shape so they'll hold all that goodness. This is a non-stick cupcake pan. I don't care how non-stick yours is. Please, 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 please get some baking spray, spray that pan, because this pie crust, whether you use homemade or store-bought, you're gonna run the risk of it sticking if you don't spray it out. Give it a generous spray of the non-stick baking spray, and then you can get to putting your pie crust in there. Once you cut them out, immediately put them into this pan. Watch what you do. This is it, just like that. And I like to leave a little open on the side, just so when I put the filling in, it's nice and wide. And then once I get the filling in there, then you can close it up a little more. This is fast, this is easy, and anyone can do it. Remember these scraps that we had? Check it out. You're just gonna ball them back up as soon as you're done with them, and you're gonna roll them back out and start all over again. Apple pie traditionally has a top crust, and that top crust is delicious, it's beautiful, and it just makes an apple pie what it is. What I use for the top crust, honest to goodness, this is one of my kids' little snack bowls. I didn't go out and buy anything in particular, but I knew that it was a little smaller than the other circle that I cut out, and it would fit perfectly on top. So I'm gonna get these circles cut out. We're gonna fill up our pie crusts and then put these on top. And I'll show you what it looks like before it goes in the oven. Top pie crust is on. We put a little egg wash on the top. Again, that is just a little egg white and a little bit of water beaten together and brushed on top. Now, a little cinnamon and sugar, just like this. Sugar always makes everything beautiful. It makes it sparkle a little. The cinnamon and the sugar mixed together will bring on some more flavor, and it's gonna be so yummy and so pretty. Done. In the oven they go, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. Apple pies are done. They are out of the oven. When you get yours out of the oven, make sure you let them sit in the pan to cool for 20 to 30 minutes. If you don't, because they are hot and steamy, they will absolutely collapse, and you don't want that to happen. So before you take them out of the pan, just let them sit and cool off, and they'll be lovely and delicious. Check mine out. Come down here, look at that. You see the cinnamon and sugar on top that we put there, that top layer. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I've obviously already set one aside for myself, because you know how I do. And since you're in close, look at that, that you got that lovely crispy crust. So good. Where's my vanilla ice cream? Ooh, and some caramel sauce drizzled on the top. I'm telling you, that's all you need. That's all I need. Thanks for checking in with me today. Go make some mini apple pies. I'll see you next time. I'm going to eat. I really am.